Hello, I'm Jason with One Path Coaching, and this is the first video in my video series of work life during the times of COVID. This first video is actually about the people that have lost their jobs throughout this process. A recent UK study showed that 45% people that lost their jobs felt loss, 25% felt trauma, and 25% felt unsupported through that process. Of course, there's going to be feelings of stress. There's the feeling of loss of identity for some. Sometimes, our work and self-worth can be intertwined, and we really feel like we are our jobs at times. And so there's a part of us that says, I am a CPA or I am an engineer, and that becomes kind of who we are. You have to realize, though, that you are so much more than that. So your job might be as a CPA or as an engineer, but you're also so much more than that, whether you're a brother or a sister, a father, a mother, pet parents, a veteran. There's a lot of things that we do in our lives, so that's much more than that. So make sure you keep your eyes on that bigger picture, that there's more to life than just that work part. Also, one thing that I would recommend is that you really have to process the loss. You have to feel those feelings of what had happened. Losing your job that's a big thing. And sometimes we have to get right to work, we've got to get this done and that done, and don't have time to feel. Give yourself a space, whether it's a mental space, physical space, emotional space, to actually process and feel those feelings. It's very important that you go through that. And remember, you're not alone. So whether you could reach out to friends or family, or maybe a therapist, counselor, people that do certain types of coaching. There's also support groups available, the people that have gone through what you're going through. And it's nice to always just talk out loud and just have to get a chance to share those feelings. And it's nice when it's someone that can really understand what you've gone through. It helps just to talk about it at times. Some things that you can do to support your mental health throughout this is just to get outside and go out in nature. Nature's very healing. And obviously we're coming into winter right now, and everyone has their own weather patterns, but whether you got to bundle up or you can just go out and about, do what it takes. Get out and get some fresh air. Get out of the house. Whether you were working from home or you've been unemployed for a little bit, we tend to stay indoors. So going outside is a great thing. And spend time with others. Don't isolate. So whether that's, and understandably right now we still have restrictions and we still, COVID is a reality. That might be on VC, that might be on the computer and just connecting with people that way. Or if you can go somewhere that you can be around people, safe, that's another thing. Highly recommended, keep that connection, don't isolate. And of course, I have to mention, keep an eye on your diet and your sleep patterns. Sometimes when things become challenging in life, those two things can suffer a little bit. So just be aware of your diet and try to have the best, they call sleep hygiene. So caffeine after certain times, dedicated bedtime, things of that nature. We all know kind of how that looks. So that's definitely recommendations for times like that we're going through now. As a coach, I do a lot of business coaching, and I would have to say the first thing is to build a plan. Figure out what you're going to do, figure out the support that's needed, and start making a list of those things that are going to be needed. And then, of course, take action. This now becomes your job. Looking for a job becomes your job. And I think in some part of our lives, we've all been through that. And it's good to have routines. Routines is during the work week we normally had, and stick with those routines. So you get up at a certain time, set that alarm, get up. I get up in the morning, I do I exercise, I make some coffee, I make some tea, whatever that looks like. And then, then I start looking at my leads, I start looking at my resources, I do reach out, I do my social media, whatever it looks like for you, whatever your plan is. But have that in place, because that's now your job right now. And also as a coach, what I work with my clients is we kind of get through a lot of these things, I have them build their most compelling picture of the future. So what does that look like for you? So imagine you've got the job you want, it's ideal, it's a good placement, you're happy. So when you really think about that, think about what are the things you're going to hear, what are the things you're going to see, what are the things you're going to feel when you truly have that goal accomplished. And with that, build a picture and make it the most compelling. So maybe when you think about that picture, make it a little brighter, make it very clear, make it close to you. Those are some things that we work with. They're called submodalities, and working with me as a coach, I help my clients through that. But for you just going through it, that's some suggestions, is to make that picture the most compelling. And then you place that in your future. You realize that's something that's coming, and that's something to look forward to, and that's something that we all need, is something positive to look forward to. And I'll leave you today with a quote from Wayne Dyer, who's an author, and he says that whenever negative thoughts enter his mind, he just simply says next, and he moves on to the next thought. It sounds great, and I understand it can be challenging at times, but the more you condition yourself for that, keeping those thoughts like fleeting clouds just going through the sky, they just pass through, and you go on to the next one. So, this is Jason with One Path Coaching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to putting